just set this all up. Now, I am recording to the FX3 on center and FX30 on my left, your right. I also have on top of this FX3 the new Shogun Ultra, and it should be recording the EL zone system. And how I use it is I use it for the gray, yellow, and should be green. There it is. So I'm gonna do a couple of different ones. I'm gonna show how I use the new Ultras, Shogun, and FX30 with the new Ninja Ultra. Biggest thing that made me want to get these is the EL zone system, which to me is extremely easy to use. So if you have a gray card, 18% gray is perfect. Yellow is half stop over. And then if you get a little bit of green, you see the green, half stop over. So green is half stop under, yellow is half stop over. Visually with the gray card. So I did some testing before, and this is based on 18% gray, not my skin tone. So put this in my back pocket. This is what I use at trade shows when I want to dial something in. Another thing that I want to do is use the Color Checker Pro or video. And if I put that by my face, hopefully without having any glare, so you up and down so you can get a good still, this should dial in the color on for color. Now, last thing I want to do is make sure that I have good focus. So we have a few things. I'm gonna leave this on. So this is almost like a outdoor podcast. I have the new Shure microphone, the one that has the gain on. So we have the new Shure on a NOGO cinema arm, almost like podcast style. Got my Sennheiser HD25. We have a Forza 300B using the GENTREE 12 amp batteries. I haven't done this outside yet, but this is, and we have the SMDV square or rectangular softbox. Outside, almost sunset. In the background, we have a slider with a new Zeiss 18mm lens. So that's getting a little background action. So this took a little while to set up. People ask me questions, but this is technically a 3-camera setup, but I brought my slider to do some behind the scenes. Big effing wheels on a Matthews Hollywood stand 2-riser, steel, heavy, solid. I brought that with me to Cine Expo Atlanta. Had it shipped to the hotel when I got down there. I set it up. The big wheels, phenomenal, and that worked out really good. These NOGO arms worked out phenomenal well too. First time using this mic, but we also have the Sony mic going directly into the FX3, outputting to the MixPre 3. Also have Tentacle Track E, so we have 3 audios. 1, and then 2, and then Tentacle. Bumblebee little wind thing on here, which is great. And we have the NISI Truecolor ND filters with the 1/8 Black Pro Mist on both of the cameras. FX30 on my left, your right, FX3 in the middle. The battery is a choice that I use at NAB, Cine Expo LA, and Cine Expo Atlanta are GENTREE. This one's a 15 amp. I also have a 22 amp in the back. And just wanted to show that I do have these. They want me to do a drop test, but they have plenty of those. But GENTREE is my battery of choice, made in South Korea. They have a variety of batteries all the way up to 26 amps. And I have the biggest one I have is a 22 amp. I have 12 amps on powering the Nanlite Forza 300B version 2. And this is just proof of concept out on location October. Sounds good. And the big thing that I'm trying to get much better at is having cameras with different sensors being able to match up. That's the thing that I'm trying to do with my trade show interviews, and then hopefully soon corporate style interviews, and then looks like I can do an on location podcast. One of the tips that I can give you if you are doing the EL zone system is you can use a gray card to get your proper exposure. Since I'm recording to the MixPre 3, I can add that audio to back for this behind the scenes. This is a slider that I've had for a couple of years. I have it going back and forth with the Sony A7R5, S-Log3, S-Cinetone 3. The new Zeiss lens I have with an 18 millimeter, which is phenomenal. Luckily, I have the NISI variable neutral density filters that fit this one, so I bought a collection of them. All of my cameras and audio have the Tentacle Sync E. I have a Tentacle wide cable, so I can have some scratch disc audio on top of the A7R5 going into the back of, you can see that I have the channel left side, I believe, is the Tentacle, which is maxed out, which gives me time code. And then the right side, you can see it hears me talking. So that's sort of cool. So this is just the behind the scenes. I'm going to go back up there. I'm going to add this to the footage. First time bringing the stand out and about. This is the Matthew stand with, they call them the big effing wheels, which they are phenomenal. GENTREE 12 amp batteries powering the Nanlite Forza 300 at 60%. This is the Matthews Hollywood stand, double riser. Extremely nice. Matthews out of California. This is the GENTREE 22 amp battery that's powering the Ninja Shogun. NOGO arms. I did a little tease last time I was out here. This is the 32 inch that can hold 22 pounds horizontal. They have a shorter version that can hold over 30 pounds. So these arms I found at the 16x9 booth during the B&H Build Expo. Absolutely trust that they are safe and secure. Now this from Manfrotto is amazing. I can rotate I can rotate what's on top of it by turning this dial right here. Let's see if I can do it safely. So you loosen it, and then you can just move the camera around a little bit, which I think is sort of cool. It makes making quick adjustments very easy. Like I mentioned, everything has a Tentacle Sync E on it. The NISI, not NISI, but NISI Truecolor filters, variable neutral density. The star of the show for this one is the Atomos Ninja Ultra, and then the new Shogun. This is the only battery that GENTREE makes currently that can do USB-C, and that is powering the Mix Pre 3 in the background, according to audios. Tip is if you have a Mix Pre 3 or Mix Pre 6, you can record a backup audio to a thumb drive, which is very handy. The Shogun Ultra is phenomenal. There's a bunch of changes for this that I haven't even touched yet, but showcasing the EL zone system. We also have a SHURE SM7dB, which sounds phenomenal. I have it on the 28 gain along with the low pass filter. Let me see what this is. We have Sennheiser HD 25. Once again, 22 pounds this can hold horizontally. This little stand is a stand from SMDV. My favorite batteries are the GENTREEs, US government drop tested, and got this Truecolor bag at B&H when I was at the Build Expo, which is pretty cool. And this is very handy, the color checker video, along with the gray card. And we are recording with because of the EL zone system. Now they do have false color. So Atomos, you can do Atomos, EL zone, or ARI. I prefer the EL zone. Which is that. Now the thing it does is it does record it to the script, to the camera, if you have whatever you have on it, it records. So let's just make sure that we turn off, because I think it records the whole screen. So if I was recording, which I'm doing right now, so it's sort of neat having both. It's kick butt having the Shogun, which is 7-inch, 2,000 nits, compared to the 1,000 nits of the Ninja V. This is the Ninja Ultra that has 1,000 nits, which is phenomenal. And if I had the flash cache, I would do another Ninja Ultra on the A7R5. It's in the background. Makes life a lot easier. Hopefully this is not too bad of a video, but this is my little setup. We are outside in technically North Waltham, Massachusetts. There's my golf ball that I brought to Cine Expo Atlanta to fit everything into it. But this is extremely solid. I would like to start doing some videos of corporate events where I can roll in and roll out. The most time consuming is setting up the stand, but once you get in, it's within 90 seconds, I'll be good to go. If you have any questions, I always try to answer them in the comments, but this is pretty much, this is version 4.0. And version 4.0, this is how I hold the FX3, which is pretty heavy because FX3 is made in Netherlands by Cambo PCH. With the Condo Blue slider thing on the bottom. We have the MixPre 3. Top of that is the 4 SWX Power Edge. Even the MixPre 3 has a time code on FX3, which is outputting time code to the Shogun Ultra. So, and then SMDV flip 60 by 90. Pretty much perfect. It's doesn't get in the way. And then we have the Nanlite Forza 300 bicolor. I'm very happy with 4.0. And like I mentioned, we have a little slider action for. So I'll close it out. This is 8 to 10 minutes, but like I mentioned, based out of Lexington, Massachusetts, I want to start doing more videos on location in my area. So if you're in the Boston area and need some video content, please contact me. Everything is under my name at gmail.com. I'm available. I've had a pretty good experience at trade shows, which are very action-packed, loud. So I've been trying to develop better audio at loud events. And that's about it. So if you like this type of content, I always do that at the end. Like and subscribe, and I do try to answer all comments. So thank you very much.